So it's not necessarily just a trend, or it's not necessarily a particular type of technology, but it's a different way in which businesses and companies need to approach the way that they operate and the way that they address, their customers, their productivity, their innovation, and all the different things that would, give them a competitive edge over their other competitors. So, with that in mind, let me share with you, as I said, out of the foundation or the pillars of the API economy, of this digital transformation, how do we see that this is actually becoming embedded into the Gulf countries in the Middle East? So, first off, there's a very important element of innovation that happens here also in this region. I know historically there has always been a very strong linkage of innovation to North America and to Europe. But if you actually step back and begin to think about and see what some of the companies are doing here in the Gulf regarding innovation, it's actually very relevant. You're beginning to see industries that did not exist some time ago, they are beginning to emerge. You're actually beginning to see industry becoming actually more mature. And then also, here in the UAE, the level of innovation in terms of engineering and in terms of design, and in terms of even the whole concept of engaging with the citizenships, is actually very innovative. And it's actually becoming a role model as well, for other parts of the world. Second very important topic that is up for discussion today is the whole concept of productivity. How do we do more with less? This, in the current state of decline in oil prices, is going to become even more relevant this year, and then this year in 2016 and beyond. How do we create more value with the existing resources that we have? Considering that a big element of the economies of the Gulf countries is actually depending on oil prices that are on the decline or are going to remain low. Integration. The world of living alone, the world of living in silos, does not produce any value at all. So integration is actually key in many ways. Integration to your suppliers, to your vendors, to your customers, but also integration within the company itself. We cannot afford anymore to have wasted resources that do not talk to each other and that do not collaborate between each other. We've been working with Torry Harris for over 10 years. And I always, like I said, has mentioned and referred to them as not only a good partner, but a very good friend of Jumia. So we've engaged with them in numerous things and numerous engagements, in the last years. And I wanted to share with you just four, very quickly. The first one is that they supported us in creating our own portal. Okay, so we started with ourselves. Why is that? Because we needed to change our branding, we needed to change our closeness to our customers, and we needed to actually begin as well the transformation that that we're discussing here today. Another very good success story with the e-government in Bahrain, where same thing, we engaged together to take them on the whole transformation journey on the experience that they were that they wanted to give the citizens in Bahrain. And then two more, the Dubai Statistics Center, very good engagement to provide additional insight, tooling, things that would make this institution also go into the digital transformation. And then, of course, last was the mobile app that we worked together on for EPA. Same thing, to improve customer experience, to make it a significantly different experience for their customers. As you can see, in all these four examples, there's combinations of social, portal, mobile, some security, analytics, all of it. So all of it, like I said, is a reality that is being part of this digital transformation. So before I leave you, what I wanted to tell you is this transformation is not optional anymore. If you don't actually believe that, as an enterprise, you need to become digital, then you're going to lose the competitive advantage first. Second, you're going to not be relevant anymore, and then be left behind. So reality is there. There's a strong potential for us, as a company in GBM, as a partnership with Torry Harris as well, and that we're here, to go after.
My talk is about value creation in your business through beneficiaries, enablers, and catalysts. So far, we've been wearing these marks. Like you may be having a brief idea about these roles based on what you have described and from what you have understood. So I'll first set the context in terms of digital, and then we'll get into the specifics of these roles. But before I get into it, I'd like to just spend 2 minutes about introducing Torry Harris. So we were founded in 1998 in New Jersey in the USA, and we have presence pretty much in Europe, Middle East, and now in the Indian market as well. We have recently opened a center in Gurgaon. We work with large enterprises like telcos, BFSI, e-government agencies through GBM partnership. So these are pretty much the domains that we work on. And SOA and API management is a key area of focus. With that as the center, we offer a couple of offerings in the mobile app development, cloud computing, big data, Internet of Things, open source, and recently gamification. In 2015, when we used the term digital, we actually referred to the term digital economy using APIs as a means. So digital API. So when we talk about APIs, you may be wondering, what is the revenue potential? Salesforce generates 50% of their total revenues through APIs. Expedia 90%, and if you look at eBay, they generate 60% of their revenues through APIs. Now, what does this mean? This means that you have a huge potential. It's proven that many companies are already into this bandwagon. It's happening right now as we speak, and the internet giants have set an example in terms of how API should be. Now, how will you take this to your business? So you need to think of your brand beyond your core services to be a digital lifestyle provider. Now, let me give some examples. This may be a kind of a abstract term. What do you mean by a lifestyle provider? Are we talking about fashion here? No. It's about everything that deals with your business as the backbone. If you take telco as an example, telcos are very good at offering connectivity, right? They offer the SIM card, they have their network towers. So today telcos across the world are feeling the pressure in flat revenues when it comes to money generated from telcos. All the OTT players have taken the money out of it. So we all know the popularity of WhatsApp and Skype that directly steals the revenue from the kind of voice channel. Everything has moved to data. Now, if you look at the partnership between telco and bank, you have digital money as an offering. So digital money can be visualized as a lifestyle vehicle. Bharti Airtel in India is doing it today. They offer Airtel Money, which is a digital wallet service. So nothing stops telcos from targeting beyond their customer base. Now, when telcos partner with banks, they are not just targeting their customers, but they are also targeting the bank's customers. And anyone who is not just a subscriber of the telco. If you look at relationship between telco and automobile, you have connected cars as an example. So we have a case study from Everything Everywhere in the UK, where we work with. So it's a 3-level partnership between Everything Everywhere, insurance companies and car manufacturers, where Everything Everywhere offers connected cars as a service. So according to the partnership, the way it works is like the customers are willing to share their information in exchange of discount, in exchange for benefits. So you have an application at Everything Everywhere that actually tracks the customer data, the driving speed data. It analyzes this data and provides information to the insurance companies who can offer discounts if the customer has been a good driver. Now it's a win-win situation for all parties here. So that's enough. And between telco and energy management companies, you have a huge set of opportunities like smart grids, smart homes. Again, if you take examples, AT&T in the US has partnered with a white label smart home provider, and they are offering a service called the Digital Life, AT&T Digital Life. Now you may be wondering, how come AT&T, who used to be a communications provider, is also suddenly a smart home provider? Because they saw the opportunity. They saw the opportunity in selling beyond the SIM card. So they are selling a smart home solution, which obviously includes the AT&T SIM card. So obviously they are monetizing their pipe, and they are offering a value-added service, a lifestyle service, and they are monetizing the lifestyle service. And they are targeting customers who are not just AT&T customers, but who are other business customers as well. So the model has now changed from a B2C model to a B2B2C model. So what we are talking about is the age of the platform, and the age of the platform is now. It's not future, but it's now. So you have to think about finding your core value proposition, your core capabilities, mapping to the underlying systems, build the API layer on top of it, and make them as open APIs. And when I use the term open API, it means that any third-party developer organization or an individual can log into your developer portal, discover your APIs, subscribe to it, and use them without any human intervention. The trendsetters in the API world are the Facebook, Twitter, and the Googles of the world. Like today, any one of us in the room can type developer.twitter.com, request for a trial developer key, and build your app. And only when you need to go live, you need to pay them. And there are different commercial models. That's the second part of the story. But the concept of APIs is now following the self-service model. And that's the model.